ခန္ဓာစီစဉ်ရှေ့ရအရှင်ပညာကာရဤဓမ္မဒေသနာတော်မြတ်အားနာယူကြရင်ဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဆရာတော်ရဲ့တရားပြီးမှာတော့အမေးဖြေအစီအစဉ်လေးတွေလည်းလုပ်ပေးမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီမေးဖြေအစီအစဉ်မှာမြန်မာလိုမျိုးလဲမေးလို့ရပါတယ်အေးမေးတဲ့အခါမှာလည်းကျွန်တော်ဘာသာပြန်ပေးမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျအရှင်ပညာကာရအားတရားမြတ်ဒေသနာချီးမြှင့်ပေးပါရန်လေးမြတ်စွာလျှောက်ထားဥတင်ပါတယ်ဗျာ
Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. I pay respect to Tipigatas, Sayadaw, or Sayadaw, and Mahasangha. Hello, everyone. How are you? Sitting here, listen to my bio. I didn't realize that long. I'm so sorry, Sayadaw, that you make you read for that long. And after all that, I'm still just one of the monk who work at the garden most of the time and serve the Buddha Sasana and support my teacher at the temple. And so that's it, that's me. So don't worry about that long bio. Just see me as one of the monks, same as everyone else. And I was fortunate enough to have some time to practice meditation continuously and then be able to start on my Dhammajeriya projects, which is my vow, after 7 years making a vow silently in my head under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India. And then after that, I got a chance to walk in India for 112 days. And now that I got another chance to walk in the United States for another 112 days, it's 109 days plus Maryland, that's 110. And then when we got back to the Hungdao temple, that is 112 days. All these is because of my teachers. Without my teachers, I wouldn't have this chance to do all that. And without the support from the Mahasangha and the support from the lay devotees, I would not be able to do all that. And I still remember when I make the vow in front of the Mahasangha, over 180 monks and nuns and lay devotees, over 3,000 people at the sacred land where I will be build the Dhammajeriya projects, the ancient sacred Buddhist scriptures stupas projects. I made a vow saying that if I'm a lack of merit, I cannot finish this project within this lifetime, then I wish that I will be reborn and reborn life after life until I get this project completed. That was my vow in front of the Mahasangha and all the lay devotees. And up until now is like 3 years already after that vow. And this project is still not started yet. It's still under the process of architect, engineering, and all that studies from engineering firms. And so we hope that this project that Sayadaw Tipitaka mentioned earlier, we hope that we can start this project, just the foundation of the main jetty, in 2027. That was my hope, my wish. But not sure we be able to do it or not, because this project costs a lot. The reason why it costs so much is because I choose the material as stone. The reason why I chose stone is because I don't want to build in concrete. Concrete will last just probably 100 years. But I want this project to last for 1,000 years. And people ask me, why United States? But not in Asia. I say because I live here. I reside here in the United States. And we have this land. And plus, United States is one of the country where we have a lot of scholars and a lot of people who will protect something that is valuable for this world. As an engineer, computer engineering, I have seen so much problems. Sometimes I hack into the computer of someone else back then before I ordained to become a monk, okay? I try to prove myself that I can do that, and I did. And that is the reason why when I became a monk, and I know that all the teachings of our Buddha is like everywhere on the internet. But those are a lot of sources for us to study, to research, but not a reliable source because it changed. Anybody can change it. Within one click, it can wipe everything, right? That is why the government sometimes have to pay a lot for the hackers to restore the system. And so by seeing that and knowing all that, I want to do something that is more like back to the ancient time, where we engrave it on the stone. I have heard and been told that many generations, many centuries, that this type of projects was only built by the king only. And now this time, I'm the one of the normal people who made a vow to build. That is the reason why I see myself as running into so many challenges. And when I build this, when I make the vow about this publicly, and I get a lot of support from the Mahasangha, especially Sayadaw Tipitaka here with us. I'm very grateful. It's because junior like us, sometimes when we try to do something for the Buddha Sasana, it's very difficult for us when we don't have the support from the seniors. And I see myself as, now that even though an engineer, and there's a lot of things that I didn't know. There's a lot of things about the Buddha teachings that I did not know at all. And I asked myself, what about the future? My students and my students' students, and so on. What are they gonna do if they learn the wrong thing? Where are they going to? Where are they gonna go? And what about the Buddha teachings that we found is so much benefits to the world, to the people? And I have learned that meditation, mindfulness meditation, compassion and loving kindness. And I found that it's very benefits, right, to me and to many people, that I'll be able to help teenagers and people to overcome anxiety and depression. And I went to prison to teach as well meditation, to help the prisoners. And so the Buddha teachings, all his teachings are very, very valuable in this world for all beings. Just the mindfulness itself, that could help a lot of people. And I was be able to prove that during the Walk for Peace. We was be able to deliver that message, the practicing of love, of loving kindness and compassion and mindfulness to so many people. And a lot of them was be able to stand up again on their feet after so long, after sufferings for so long. And so I don't want that to be vanished. in one day. That's the reason why I want to do this, to preserve his teachings for many future generations to come. And I truly believe it will bring a lot of benefits to the world. And that's why I made a vow that if I cannot finish it, I wish I were reborn until I can finish it. If I have to sacrifice my life for this project, I'm happy to do so. And people ask me how long it takes me to finish this project. I say, I don't know. It could be 10 years, could be 20 years, could be my whole life or the next life. I really don't know, but I just have to do it. And today, Sayadaw said, back then, Sayadaw said he would try to call for support to offer 1 jeti. And now Sayadaw said 3 jeti. That is a big support, right? We are very grateful to have Sayadaw and seniors like this to support our generations. Without the seniors, we couldn't do it. Very difficult for us because our voice cannot be heard, right? And so during the Walk for Peace, I have learned that all of us suffer, truly suffer, because like I mentioned in my talk many times, at the beginning, I was just thinking that there will be some people who stop along the way for us. But I never expected that so many people come out on the road and wherever we stay. And now that millions and millions of people following and practicing, this is something that I have never expected before. But it turned out that way. People ask me, am I happy because with all that? I say yes. But at the same time, I also feel sad. It's because without suffering, people wouldn't come out like that. It tells me that a lot of sufferings around us, everywhere, around this country, in this country, and around the world. That is why when they see this movement and everybody come out to support, to walk with us like that. So we stop in Washington, D.C., and people ask, is this gonna be the end of Walk for Peace? I say, no, this is just the beginning. Because now we have so many people walk with us in spirits, right? And just these days, so many people come to the temple to talk and to practice, and then wanting me to continue guide the practice in online, and ask me if me and all the monks will do another walk or not. Would you like us to walk again? Yes? Oh, please. We don't know about that, okay? But I said this is just the beginning of the Walk for Peace. So in the future, we really don't know what's going on in the future. But if we do have a chance, we will, but a short walk in Sri Lanka. This April, we will go to Sri Lanka to receive the Buddha relics and the sapling of the Bodhi tree, which is offered to the Dhammajeriya projects. And then the Buddha relics was offered by Indian government and king back then to Sri Lanka over 2,300 years ago. And all those are certified legit relics that we be able to obtain 5 Buddha relics total from different states in Sri Lanka to bring to United States. This is history. For all of us to have a chance to pay homage to the relics and the Bodhi tree. And so during this journey in Sri Lanka of receiving the relics and the tree, we will have a short Walk for Peace in Sri Lanka, only about 4 days. And that is another Walk for Peace, but it's super short. Okay, And then the future, we don't know, like I said, but we would try our best to continue this support to our nation and all the countries in this world. Even though at this time, many countries also invited us to come to their country to walk. And I have heard that many Sayadaw in Myanmar also talk about this walk for peace, and looking forward to see us in Myanmar as well, which I have been to Myanmar many times already, and it's a beautiful country, and we love to go to Myanmar again and again in the future. So today, I supposed to go to India. Today, I was invited to go to India at the Bodh Gaya. Then I already accept his invitation first. And so I decided to stay here with Sayadaw and everyone here. And so I have the privilege to speak in front of you all. Thank you so much for all this support and continued support for the Buddha Sasana and the peace in this world. I think that you have heard my talk a lot already, so I don't want to waste your time. But here am I to listen to your question, and I will try my best to answer your questions, if you have any.
Yes. Microphone ပေးပါမယ်
I'm just wondering if I can give a comment my experience instead of raising a question. Is that okay? I just want to know. I'm sorry. Sarapya, last 5 months ago, I visited your temple, and that time, Tipikadra Sayadaw Bhattanath Kanamala Lingara and Dwipikadra Sayadaw from Michigan State, and also the Rector Sayadaw Upinyitra, and Denver Sayadaw and Fort Worth Sayadaw as well in the same room, and I was paying respect, and the head Sayadaw came in and talked about the plan for the Walk for Peace. And he mentioned that the plan is to start from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C. And so I was shocked. Actually, I thought it was impossible to walk all the way from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C. But at the same time, I'm not so sure if it is possible and if it would be successful. And when your Sayadaws started walking, and I saw YouTube and how successful it is and how wonderful it is, and I was so pleased. My wife and I watch every night on YouTube for like 8 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 45 minutes, and we kept checking, and we were also so pleased. And I was also so surprised that the way you answer the questions, not only giving a speech, very difficult questions, the way you deal with the people who created some obstacles and difficulties, raising very difficult questions, problematic questions, and the way you answer, the way you act was like so wonderful. For that reason, we were so pleased, we were so proud, and thank you for all these wonderful things that you have basically done for all of us. And you spread the metta and loving kindness and compassion and kind to each other. All these things plus Vipassana meditation, teaching things that you spread is also so wonderful. And basically, we were telling the people, whoever we know, we visited your temple before, and we also mentioned that Sarah Unanda Mala Tilananda was here, and we basically offered Katane last year and so on. So we were so wonderful. But lastly, I would like to tell you that you didn't get an opportunity to go to the White House and Congress. In that sense, we were actually, frankly speaking, I'm glad that you didn't get to go to the White House. There are three things that if you had got a chance to go to White House, and President Trump will basically meet with you, and those people who do not like President Trump or those people who are in different parties may have misunderstood huge. And the second is that I was not so sure how the president will interact with you. I'm not so sure whether he will shake hands with you or hug you or talk in the way that the Buddhist people should treat you. That is second thing. My third thing is that if you got a chance to go to the White House, people will misunderstand that everything you did wonderful thing maybe because you would like to be famous or would like to be like a celebrity or everything you did for the whole world, wonderful things for peace and matter and everything, some people will definitely misunderstood. And so for that reason, I'm glad that, but you have achieved a lot. Your accomplishments far exceed your goals and objectives and spread the word for all the people free from sufferings, physical sufferings, mental sufferings, and free from harms and hazards, plus be peaceful, healthy, and happy. For that reason, thank you so much for your devoted work and everything. Thank you, Seattle.
Well, thank you so much for all those words. To me, when we pick on this journey, a lot of people already warn us that when we walk on this journey, and especially walk into the South, these are the places, the states that is not for Buddhists to walk through. And I say it's okay. We are not walking there to convert anybody, or we're not walking there to bring any war, anything like that at all, just loving kindness and peace. So it's okay. That's what I answer at the beginning to the people. And then when we walk, of course, there's a lot of obstacle. And I was thinking that because of those obstacles that also teach me, and also for me to reflect myself after all that sharing that I have talked to the people here and there, am I achieving anything? Or when things happen like that, I react, and how I deal with it and things like that. So at some point, I appreciated all those obstacles as well. And even if we have to meet with, let's say, president or anyone, I also answer one of the questions. I said, this message, peace, loving kindness, compassion, and mindfulness is not just for the civilians, but it's for all beings, because everybody deserves it. Everyone in this world deserves to practice, to get that from the teachings, and then to practice to liberate suffering and to bring peace to the world. So it doesn't matter who, but everybody. I would love to share it to everybody. We will not exclude anyone. And so everything happened for a reason. We didn't go there, and instead we go home. We went home, and then we have a lot of people come from out of states and everywhere to welcome us home, which is here. It's very beautiful that way. So for me, anything, I'm happy with everything. Anything comes, I accept it. Yes.
I want to thank you. When I first started watching your walk, I didn't really know what it was about, but I was curious. And then I saw every day more and more. And then I started listening to, today is going to be my peaceful day. I was confused because I was crying, but it's because I was suffering. And I didn't realize that I was suffering so much. I thought I was okay, but I wasn't. And these are not tears of sadness. This is tears of gratitude and joy. But I'm incredibly grateful for the path that I am on now, because I don't pick up my lover in the morning and look at it. I don't. And sometimes I feel guilty because I only want to look at the walk for peace. So I save it for the afternoon. And I didn't know how much I can enjoy my lunch with setting the phone down and just setting the timer instead. And to feel the wind or to hear the birds. I didn't know. And each day I write on my hands. Don't multitask. Be mindful. Breathe. Slow down, because I'm ADHD and my mind is always going. So it's too fast. But in each day, I'm changing. And at first, I was feeling like I'm not doing it right. But it's practice. It doesn't happen in a month. It takes time. And I'm incredibly grateful that I'm at the right place at the right time for this journey. And I want to thank each and every one of you. You know, I think about when my body hurts, you never showed any sadness, any pain. And it made me know that I have that strength in me somewhere. It's there. I just have to practice and learn. Like today, Kelly came up to me and told me all about a retreat. And I was thinking, oh, I don't have the money for that. It's not money. And that's another thing. Like, I'll catch myself thinking, oh, I'm going to need a car in 2 years. I'm not there. And I'll only say one other thing and then I'll let someone else talk. I have been suffering for 6 years. My brother and my sister both took their lives. And it was so hard. But now, I'm not letting my mind go back to 5 weeks, 19 years. I'm only practicing to keep it right here. And I fail during the day, but that's okay because I can say, start over. Today is going to be my peaceful day. When someone upsets me, I have a choice how to react. And I'm not the same person I was before I started following all of you. And I want to tell you so much. I will follow you forever wherever you go. And I love all of you. Thank you for teaching me and continuing to teach me. Thank you.
Thank you. It is very hard for us to let go of something that we've been living with for a long time, right? It's very difficult. But once we know the technique, once we know the trick, let's just say that is a trick. Just pay attention to our breathing. And today is going to be my peaceful day. If we can just live like that, and everything will change. For some of you might not know about the lovers that she mentions. You know what the lover is? The cell phone, right? letting go of that cell phone is one of the victory already, right? Because it's very difficult. We live in this society and live in this world nowadays. We attach to it too much, a lot. But we be able to let it go for some time during the day, during the night, in the morning. That is a victory. So keep on practice, and you will see that you have all the strength in the world. Anything could happen. It's just that if you believe in yourself, if you put a very strong determination and be patient with it, you will go there, you will get there. Okay, so don't give up and continue fighting with that wild animal inside of our head, inside of us. Keep fighting and we will get to the destination soon. And thank you so much for all those words, and I wish you were well, happy and peaceful. And then now that you have all the lovely people around you, the centers everywhere that you can come and practice. If you come here, you don't see anybody, it's fine. It's your home. Just find a peaceful place, area, and sit and breathe in and breathe out. That's it. That's all we need. Okay? Yes.
Bundy, I wanted to know how made you decide to become a monk, and 2, why did you decide to go to Myanmar to study your meditation, and 3, what benefits you received from going to Burma and getting your guidance about meditation.
For me to become a monk, I have never thought about it. I came here and then went to school, and then after graduate, I went to work for about 3 years. And then after working for a while, I see that this is not real. Everything around me is not real. Friendship are not real. Because everything's come to my life, it's just like always a condition behind it. When you hang out with your friend, you're always all in for them. But then when something related to benefits, then they're willing to step on you to climb higher. And I ask myself, is this real? Is this something that I want to walk on? And plus, that is not it. My families, my brother and sister and nephew and niece always have this and that, right? This has happened everywhere in every family. And so I question myself, is this the path that I want to walk on? And I say, no, this is something that I don't want to walk on. I want a different path. But by that time, I don't know which path that I want to walk on. So in the hot summer of Texas, I left workplace and I drove to the Hung Dao Vipassana Bhavana Center. And I saw my teachers walking at 12 noon under the heat, and I walked behind him and he turned around, asked me, how can I help you? I say, I want to ordain to become a monk, temporary. And that's it. That's my life. It started just like that. And I became a monk. After that statement that I just answered out from somewhere, maybe I'm afraid of his question, and I answered, I want to become a monk. But it all started like that. And then when staying at the temple, I always serve the temple and help my teachers to do everything. I want him to have his own time to practice and to teach. So I do everything. I do everything. Sometimes I question, because seeing many monks from Vietnam, I also have a chance to go to Myanmar, to Sri Lanka, to India and Thailand to study, to practice. But why not me? And sometimes I question myself like that. And I answer it right away. I say, because I'm lack of merit. I don't have that merit yet. So focus here at this temple. Do everything that you can. And I continue that way. Until 2018, my teacher said, okay, now you can go. You can take a break. Because after a long time working and staying at the temple, now you can take a break. You can go to Myanmar based on your vow, your wish to practice for 5 to 7 years. And I was so happy and said, okay, then I will go for 7 years. After 2 years, he called me back. 2 years he called me back because of the land where I built the Dhammajeriya projects that got conflicted with a charter school. And then after a long time working back and forth with them with the CD and could not go anywhere, so he called me back. He said, you come back and handle it. And I came back. I took 1 year to work with that charter school and the government and everyone with the community and interfaith. And finally, I got the land back. We purchased that land. And then that is when I expressed my vow to my teachers that I want to build the Dhammacetiya. And that 14 acres, the number that I need for this project. And he said, okay, yes. But for me to decide to practice meditation is because after associated with so many people at the temple and doing a lot of work, I want to have a moment for myself, to stay silent, to practice. And that's how and why I went there. And plus, I want to practice different technique. So at the temple, I practice Seraji Mahasi technique, rising and falling. But when go to Myanmar, I want to practice the Pa'ao Sayadaw technique. And that's why I stay there to practice. And by that time, I practiced I only eat very little in the morning, and I spend the rest of my time to sit. And that is the time I found myself have a big problem with my back. It hurt very bad because I have slip disc, right? So it hurt very bad, but I was be able to overcome that. And after that, I continue my practice until my teachers call me back. But meditation is something that we must have as a Buddhist practicing Buddhist followers, and especially the monk. We have to know meditation in order for us to liberate suffering. And I was fortunate enough to learn all those, and that's why I was be able to share during the walk. And so all in my head was if I cannot teach, if I cannot do anything good, then please don't let me do anything wrong. Don't let me do anything harmful to the Buddha Sasana. That's all in my head. And I hope that within that walk and within my 17 years of ordination I didn't do anything that is harmful to the Buddha Sasana. And I wish from now until I die, continue with that path. Thank you.
နောက်ဆုံးမိဂုံးတစ်ခုနဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဆုံးသက်ချင်ပါတယ်နောက်ဆုံးမိဂုံးတစ်ခုပါခင်ဗျ
Oh yeah. Your courage. What you have done for this world. I am a mother of 2 kids, and with this world full of materialist disturbance, I'm very concerned for my kids. And I also really want them to learn meditation when they're young. I'm trying my best to teach when I send them to school on the way. But I'm wondering, do you have any program or project for the kids so that they learn very early in their life and they can protect the suffering at the minimum? So I'm wondering, do you have any plan for the future generation that they can learn when they are young? Thank you.
Thank you. That is our future generations, and we must think of all of them, because if they are very easy to train now when they're young, right? Like us, it's very difficult to train now because our bone and everything is just very difficult. But for the children, we must think of the ways to support. And I talk about this. I say the first thing that us as parents, we have to train them is to not to give them the opportunity to use the lovers too much in their daily life. That is the first thing that is needed, your support, which is you as a parent, you have to talk, you have to teach them not to use the phone too much during the day, during the night. And then when they come to the temple, that they cannot stay at the temple, all day, all night, right? You are the main person who can teach them meditation, which is liberating that phone. If you could do that, then when they come to the temple, they practice, it helps them to move forward faster. And I believe that all the temple also have like a Buddhist youth and things like that to support the children to practice and to learn. And myself, I also think a lot about the future. That's why I built this project, right? And of course, I will put some thoughts in my head to come up with something for the kids to practice. At our temple, we have Buddhist youth, about 70 kids every Sunday. And we continue to spread that, and hopefully that we can bring meditation. That is why I encourage the schools to have a meditation class in their program. And I love to have this in every school. This will help the kids a lot. Imagine if all the school integrate the Vipassana practice and mindfulness practicing into their system. This could help tremendously, right? So we'll do something about it. Thank you. I think it's enough for today. And thank you so much, everyone. May you all be well, happy, and be peaceful. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. ခန္ဓာစီစဉ်ကိုရဥဆောင်ဆရာတော်အရှင်ပညာကာရနှင့်ရွှေဖုံးပွင့်ဆရာတော်အရှင်သီလနန္ဒတို့အားဘုနာပူဇာမှတ်တမ်းလွှာများရှိမြင့်ပေးအပ်ရန်ဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ရွှေစင်တိပိတကဆရာတော်ဗတ္တန္တကန္ဓမာလာလင်္ကာရအားမှတ်တမ်းများရှိမြင့်ပေးပါရန်လေးမြတ်စွာလျှောက်ထားဥတင်ပါတယ်ဖေရသာဓုသာဓုသာဓုပါဖေရ